Hi friends, today we're going to talk about graphing vertical and horizontal lines and also graphing using intercepts. Reminder, a vertical line is up and down, horizontal line is side to side. We've already talked about graphing horizontal and vertical lines, so let me just remind you. This one, x equals 3. So regardless of what the y value is, I'm just going to say -1, 0, 1, and 2. The x value is always going to be 3. So if I graph these points, go over 3, down 1, over 3, down 0, over 3, up 1, over 3, up 2, we can see that those just line up in a horizontal line. So we have a horizontal line that goes through when x equals 3. If we have y equals 3, I'm going to use -1, 0, 1, and 2 for my x values. It doesn't matter what they are, y is always going to be 3. So -1, 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3. Regardless, you can see they make a horizontal line that goes through y equals 3. So if we graph these, x equals 2, I go to where x is 2 and just draw, that's where y is 2. I go to where x is 2 and just draw a vertical line through that. Y equals 1, I go to where y equals -1, I go to where y is -1 and draw a horizontal line through that. These ones, x equals -2, go to where x is -2 and draw a vertical line through that. And then y equals 3, I go to where y is 3 and draw a horizontal line through that. All right, x and y intercepts. Every linear equation can be represented by a unique line that shows all the solutions of the equation. We've seen when graphing a line by plotting points, you can use any 3 solutions to graph. This means that 2 people graphing the line might use a different set of 3 points, but they'll still get the same line. At first glance, the 2 lines might not appear to be the same since they would have different points labeled. But if all the work was done correctly, the line should be exactly the same. One way to recognize that they're indeed the same is to look at where the lines cross the x-axis and the y-axis. These points are called the intercepts of the line. So where it crosses the x-axis is the x-intercept. It's always whatever that number is, comma 0. Where it crosses the y-axis is the y-intercept. It's always 0, that number. So these are points, not just a number. You have to write them as a point. So let's look here. Remember, this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. So if I go along the x-axis, I notice that the graph crosses the x-axis right here. And that point is at 3, 0. If I go along the y-axis, I can see that my line touches the y-axis right here, and that point is at 0, 6. Again, don't just say 3, don't just say 6, it has to be as a point. If we look at these ones, the x-intercept is at 0, -3. That's the y-intercept. The y-intercept is at 0, -3. And the x-intercept is located at 4, 0. A couple more here. They're not labeled. My x-intercept is right here. Again, it's whatever number it's at, 0. So here my x-intercept is at 4, 0. My y-intercept then is right here. And again, the y-intercept is always 0, comma, that number, so 0, comma, 2. One more. My x-intercept is at 2, comma, 0. And my y-intercept is at 0, comma, negative 6. If there's a table, again, the x-intercept is when the y value equals 0, and the y-intercept is where the x value equals 0. You can also find intercepts from the equation of a line. Again, the x-intercept is when y equals 0. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I just have y be 0. So instead of 2x plus y, I'll say 2x plus 0 equals 8, and then solve this equation. So 2x equals 8, dividing by 2, we get x is 4. So our x-intercept is 4, comma, 0. And then our y-intercept, I plug 0 in for x. So 2 times 0 plus y equals 8. 0 plus y equals 8, which means y equals 8. So our y-intercept is at 0, comma, 8. This next one, x-intercept, x plus 4 times 0 equals 8. So x plus 0 equals 8, which means x is 8. So 8, comma, 0. And then the y-intercept, 0 plus 4y equals 8. So 4y equals 8. Dividing by 4, I get the y-intercept is at 2. So 0, comma, 2. I just realized, oh, yep, nope, I did it right. All right, one more here. X-intercept, we put 0 in for y. So 3x minus 2 times 0 is 12. 3x is 12. Dividing by 3, we get x is 4. So 4, comma, 0. The y-intercept then, 3 times 0 minus 2y is 12. Well, 3 times 0 is 0. So negative 2y is 12. Dividing by negative 2, I get the y-intercept is at negative 6. So 0, comma, negative 6. The last thing we're going to do is graph using intercepts. So first we find the intercepts, we put them on the graph, and then we just connect those to make our line. So our x-intercept then, x minus 2 times 0 is 4. Well, 2 times 0 is just 0. So we get x equals 4. So I know I have a point at 4, comma, 0. There's my x-intercept. My y-intercept, 0 minus 2y is 4. Well, 0 minus 2y is just negative 2y. So negative 2y is 4. And dividing by negative 2, we get our y-intercept is at negative 2. So 0, comma, negative 2. And then we're just going to go ahead and connect those. Make sure it goes through both points. And there is our line of x minus 2y equals 4. Let's do a few more here. Our x-intercept for x minus 3 times 0 is 12. So 4x is 12, which means our x value is 3. So 3, comma, 0. Our y-intercept then, 4 times 0, take away 3y is 12. So negative 3y is 12. If we divide by negative 3, that means our y-intercept is negative 4. So 0, negative 4. And again, we will just go ahead and connect those. And that will be my line of 4x minus 3y equals 12. Couple more here. For our x-intercept, negative x plus 3 times 0 is 6. So negative x equals 6. If we divide by negative 1, we'd get our x-intercept is at negative 6. So negative 6, 0. Our y-intercept then, negative 0 plus 3y is 6, which means 3y is 6. Dividing by 3, we would get that y is 2. So 0, 2 for our y-intercept. And again, we'll just go ahead and connect these. Oh, let's try that again. And there is our graph of negative x plus 3y equals 6. One more here. Our x-intercept, we'll put 0 in for y. So 0 equals 4x. Dividing by 4, we'll get x is 0. So I have an x-intercept at 0, 0. Let's find our y-intercept. Y equals 4 times 0, which means y equals 0. So we have our y-intercept also at 0, 0. We can't make a line right now because we only have 1 point. We're going to find one more point by plugging a number in. I can choose any number, any x value I want that's on the graph. I'm just going to choose x equals, I don't know, 2. So if I look at my xy table, if x is 2, then y is 4 times 2, which is 8. Oh, that's going to go a little bit off my graph. That's okay. We'll just put it up there. And then I can go ahead and connect those.